Hey VC, hey YouTube. So as you can see, I purchased a Crosley record player, and some of you are probably asking yourselves why in the hell would he do that. Some of you are probably cringing, and some of you are probably saying no big deal. Let me first explain the background of this. I have been looking for like just a portable kind of turntable like this to put in my office, just to have something casual to listen to, maybe like once a week, just throw a record on while we're in here. Like sometimes I like to sort my collection, sit down on Discogs and enter records into my collection. And my main turntable is out in the living room, so a lot of times, like when my daughter's asleep, it's hard to play that and hear it and not wake her up. So, I've been looking for something kind of like a Crosley, with the kind of all-in-one part of it, but without, a crappy turntable tearing up your records. So I just can occasionally, like I always do, will go and look at different turntable options, and there's a ton of them out there. The reason why I chose this one, there's a few reasons. One, I found it on eBay for like dirt cheap. I think this thing usually retails for about $125, and I actually found one online with the seller didn't have the power cord or the USB cord with it. It came in the original box, as you could see, and it appeared, according to the seller, to be in good condition and working condition. So, and I got it for about a third of the price. One reason. Two, this particular model has almost like a counterweight on the back of it, which is rare for these Crosleys. Are pretty, cut and dry, cheap turntable. Now it's a cheap turntable. I mean, this is like a plastic, and you can kind of see it wiggles. But it has a counterweight on the back. It's not really detailed at all. It just turns, and you can tighten it and loosen it. And I ordered a cheap scale to check how much tracking, the tracking force on the cartridge. Speaking of, instead of coming with one of those cheap ceramic cartridges, it comes with a cheap but a name brand Audio-Technica cartridge. So I thought that was a bonus. I mean, I thought there was a couple of things about this particular model that struck me as, okay, this isn't going to just completely ruin my collection. I just wanted something simple to play my albums on maybe once a week while we're in the office. My wife sometimes wants to sit in here and type on the computer. So I thought it would be a good idea for the price and for some of the options to give this a shot. So it came in yesterday, and I opened it up. And if you've watched some of my very first videos, I mentioned why I don't really like Crosley. And the first record player I got, like many of us do when you first get back into vinyl, is I got this Crosley Cruiser, the one that looks like a suitcase. And it played too fast, and there's no way to adjust the pitch. Now, there's a video, and I'll post the link on it. I watched it when I was researching this particular model on YouTube, where a guy was he can unscrew this and pull this off. And there's a screw in there, just like a lot of turntables have, where you can make adjustments to it. But typically the pitch is adjusted through a lever or a dial. And this particular record player, you can go in there and take a screw adjustment to it. So I thought that was a bonus, but honestly, the pitch was not a problem on this one. It actually sounds like it's to speed. The problem that this one has is that it has like a, what they call it, wow and flutter. So like when I play it, and if I can, I don't know, I'm gonna play this Duke Ellington and Coltrane record. Hopefully I do not get flagged for copyright, because I think, I don't know, I'm gonna play it, and if I do, I'll pull it. But it's, you'll hear that the, what I think has happened is the motor. There's three things I think is wrong with this thing. Well, you can hear the, like, it sounds warped, but it's not the record. It's the either the motor, the belt, or maybe this thing's not getting the power supply, since it's like an off-brand power supply I had to get, is probably getting, maybe it's not getting enough power, so it's fluctuating the speed of the motor. But I'm gonna say it's either the power supply or the belt. So I've ordered a new replacement belt for it. But I did not notify the seller that it wasn't working properly. And the seller refunded all my money. So I literally got this for free. I'm going to send back, they requested some stuff to be sent back to them. But I already was kind of like disappointed in the fact that it didn't work right, and they said it did. So surprisingly, I told them I just wanted a refund. I'd send it back to them. They said, "Nah, keep it. Will just give us back the needle and the CD that came with it," which I didn't understand. But so this is the one I actually purchased, because I didn't know it was coming with a needle when I sent it. So so there's like a volume knob here, and it turns on the unit, and you can turn it, and it doesn't get very loud, because if it gets too loud, it'll vibrate. But there's speakers that are right here. There's a tone button. It has a headphone jack here, and really, I'm not really too concerned with showing y'all. I just want to kind of show you my experience with Crosley. So like right away, oh, I need to take this back part off. Oh, let me get the record off here. So this is designed to where that comes off. And it's cool because it's got a locking mechanism. I mean, there's a lot of features on this that is perfect for what I'm looking for. That way my daughter can't come in here and mess around with it. But so there it goes. And I thought the pitch was okay. Watch, it'll probably work now that it's been a day. But you can kind of hear it. Where it's kind of like it gets... Now you can kind of see, if you look kind of towards the back right here, you can see where it dips down. I don't think that's the record. It might be the platter is off, and maybe that's what's causing it. If any of y'all have any idea how to fix that, I would greatly appreciate it, because at this point in time, this is just a project that I'm going to try to work on and try to get this where it plays. It plays just good enough to where we can just enjoy it. But this drives me nuts, and this is how it was when I first got the Crosley before, because it just, it's like there's just always one little thing off with these things to where it drives me nuts. And this is where having a good quality turntable comes in, and you can make adjustments to it to fix whatever is wrong. But ultimately, it's free now, so I can't complain at this point. Like I said, it's got the counterweight. It's got some features on this that the Cruiser doesn't have. And like I said, I like the fact that it has a better cartridge. May not be a good or even great cartridge, but it's good enough to where I'm not super concerned about it. But yeah, I went ahead and pulled the trigger. Had a little weird experience with it. I'm hoping that I can get it to work. And maybe if any of y'all have any ideas or any pointers, I might even be messaging the gentleman who had the video about modifying his, to see if he has any recommendations on the fixing this. But yeah, so again, Crosley, this is my second Crosley purchase, and my second, what I wouldn't necessarily know if it's defective, but it's not the way I want it to be. And for any of y'all out there that ever consider buying a Crosley, just know that it's a very cheap product. It's really designed for very, very light use. And if you're planning on playing the heck out of your albums like I do, like I played probably 2, 3, 4 albums a day, this isn't what you want. You want something that you want to put your money into investing into at least maybe like 150. Now that's the thing, is these are like $150, but you can get much better turntable for $150. So there's the USB and the aux. And I feel like as it gets closer to the center, I don't hear the fluttering quite as bad. But yeah, so there it is. I bought one. I screwed up. I guess I've been on a pretty good eBay roll, and it was gonna bite me in the ass one of these days. But the seller was really cool and totally hooked it up, so I really have nothing to complain about. Now I can literally do whatever I want to this thing and hopefully try to fix it. But again, if y'all have any pointers, anybody who's got something like this and I have any ideas how to get rid of that really, really bad like warped sound, then I'd appreciate your input. But yeah, I just figured I'd show you what I did and what I purchased and why I purchased it, and I hope you all have a great evening.